And welcome everybody to the Kaiju Clash podcast on all things Godzilla, Gamera, Toho, and more. Sorry this is a very late episode, however, Saturday, unexpected unplanned plans. Sunday, unexpected unplanned plans. Monday, this is a time I can actually do something, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to record something. So again, sorry for the late show, but with the holiday season comes a lot of unexpected, unplanned family plans, and I can't really do anything about that. So thanks again for coming back. If you're new, and coming back if you're old listeners. This is going to be a little short of an episode. I don't have any news this week because of unexpected, unplanned plans. So this week we're talking about the 2016 Godzilla design / trailer that came out 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks, so yeah, it had to be 2 weeks ago. I think 3 now. 3 weeks ago. But before we talk about that, I want to advertise a little schmidt. So first is the Double O Wrestling Review. Go to oowrestlingreview.com or go to kaijuklasspodcast.com and find the Double O link there. Next, Alex Strang. He's an independent game designer and he needs your help. Go to kaijuklasspodcast.com and you can find his link in giant letters. Click on it. It'll take you to his Patreon page. You can make 3, 6, 10, 15, or $20 pledges, each of them with their own award. Also, at kaijuklasspodcast.com, you can find Kaiju Battle Stories, fantasy battle stories made from Duncan. The far right tab on kaijuklasspodcast.com. If you're bored, if you got 10 minutes, if you enjoy to read, I definitely recommend that you check those out. And last, Godzilla Gojira Kaiju Fan Club. If you want to sell any Godzilla products or you want to vent out about your love of Kaiju or Godzilla, the Godzilla Gojira Kaiju Fan Club Facebook group is the place to go. So with that, I didn't really have time to collect feedback either, so sorry for those of you who actually did send them. So here's my little spiel about the 2016 Godzilla Shin Gojira Design trailer that came out recently. So in case you're living under a rock, the 2016 design of Shin Godzilla came out along with their teaser trailer, and that's what we're discussing this week. The directors of the new movie are Hideki Anno and Shinji Higuchi, and their main goal with this movie was to create a much bigger and scarier Godzilla, one we haven't seen before. I talked about this a little last episode, but I didn't go full in depth as I'm about to now. First, I want to discuss the teaser trailer before the actual design. I don't know about you, but I loved how they did the trailer. For those of you who didn't see it, the trailer was basically people running with occasional stoppage of words flashing on the screen. However, I don't know what they actually say because it's in Japanese. After 2 or 3 scenes of people running with sudden stops to show words on the screen, they go to a red screen with the iconic Godzilla word in Japanese along with the iconic Godzilla roar. After that, they cue the iconic stomp with the words July 29th, 2016. It's a teaser trailer, so of course it's short and has no info. It's meant to rile up the fans and get in the news again, so there isn't much to talk about trailer-wise, but I love the trailer. It reminds me that the movie is one day closer to release and adds pontification and excitement to the movie, as well as mystery as to what the movie's going to look like and what Godzilla will look like. But speaking of how Godzilla will look like, now it's time to talk about the design. First, I'll say that I love the design. It might just be my favorite Godzilla suit. I love the fact that he strongly resembles the original 1954 Gojira and how the movie is trying to resemble the original Godzilla so much. I'm honestly not crazy about the size that is supposed to be the biggest. This is supposed to be the biggest Godzilla ever, but I'm not a fan of that. Anyone who has listened to the show for a while knows I'm not a big fan of making monsters bigger. And in fact, I made an episode about that, episode 2 if you want to check it out. So check it out, however, not right now because you're listening to this episode. Back to the positives, I also like his menacing look, this Godzilla is also supposed to be scarier and more menacing looking than any other Godzilla, and I think it succeeded. This Godzilla looked like he went through some trauma. His eyes and face looked as if he was a victim or as if he was part of a lifelong secret he can't let anyone know, or maybe a face of a crazed psychopath planning his rage against humanity. He looks as if he lost all mercy and innocence, definitely something you would not want to wake up to. The only issue I have with this design is his eyes. I love them. I love the eyes and I hate the eyes at the same time. They fit his description I gave earlier, but they look a little too clayish or cartoonish for me. I'm not sure how to really make it look any more menacing than it does already. However, I feel like the eyes give it more goofiness and scariness. Whether the eyes of Godzilla stay the same or change, he will still look menacing, scary, and a psychopath that shows no mercy. This is a monster that can't fight any other one because Godzilla's look alone scares all the other monsters away. This is a great look at Godzilla that we have seen here and there, but nowhere near the magnitude of this. He seems ruthless and can't wait until we actually get lengthy trailers for this movie, and also can't wait to see this Godzilla on the screen. So that's my whole little thing on the Shin Gojira Design / trailer. The trailer, it adds mystery to me, and that's why I love it. The design, he's menacing, freaky looking, and most likely because of that, it'll just be a solo movie like the 1954. And I just find the resemblance between them two very shocking. Well, not shocking because that's kind of what they're going for. I should say strikingly similar. So with that, honestly, this is the end of the show. There is no news, like I said earlier. Simplified time, or short and simplified time for short. Or third time's a charm. Short and simplified show for short and simplified time. The transition into having a lot going on and having nothing going on is very chaotic. So almost from now on, there should be no roadblocks in my way. Football season's about to end, and there's really not much going on around the time after New Year's. So I will definitely be a lot more busy with this show than I normally am. Thanks to the 2-week interval time, I also have that time to use. But I do have I at least have a show, or I at least have a schedule. Next time will be January 9th, and I plan to do that. And we are talking about a movie review on Frankenstein Conquers the World, because I actually got that on Christmas, and I actually have both versions, the English and Japanese, so I can't wait to see that one. And I also have that new Godzilla game that's coming out. So January 23rd is going to actually be a video game review. I've never done one of those, but that's going to be something to look forward to. So January 9th is a movie review, Frankenstein Conquers the World. And January 23rd is a video game review of the new Godzilla game that came out for the PlayStation last year. Was it a year ago? Yeah, I think. So again, sorry for this very short show. However, this is what happens when you have chaotic, unplanned family plans. So with that, I would have the Godzilla El Rey Network Marathon on the background. However, I never knew, but it's over. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I can't wait till next year, and I hope they add more movies. So before I officially leave, thanks for listening again. I know it's short. So you can go to KaijuClashPodcast.com for more, which include, but are not limited to, because it's a website and I can add as much as I want, The Niche Episode 1, Shin Gojira Teaser Trailer, Alex Strang's Patreon, Kaiju Battle Stories, the Double O Wrestling Review link, and a link to the Godzilla Gojira Kaiju Fan Club. They're all on the website, along with links to YouTube, Spreaker, Stitcher, and yeah, that's it. Only YouTube, Spreaker, Stitcher, and there's also links to my Facebook page, which is the Kaiju Clash Podcast, Twitter at Kaiju Revolution, and YouTube, Kaiju Clash Podcast. If you like what you hear, like, share, subscribe, and all of the such of the which. And you can follow us on Spreaker. I never knew you could actually follow us until I found out I have a few followers on Spreaker. And you can also listen to us on Stitcher. So enjoy the new year. This is the last time I'm going to see you until the new year, so I hope you enjoy it. Drink responsibly. Don't go too hard on the Jägermeister, and I'll see you January 9th.